welcome back to Iowa Live. Lou and Michelle here talking about a subject that unfortunately is going to touch a lot of people in our lifetimes. We're talking about stroke, Michelle.
We are, and we have Dave Anders. He's the clinical director of On With Life. Welcome. We're glad to have you this morning. For those who aren't familiar with On With Life, just kind of give everybody a briefing of what that entails.
Sure. On With Life is an acquired brain injury rehabilitation facility located in Ankeny, Iowa. We opened in 1991, and we serve any individual who's had acquired brain injury, which includes traumatic brain injury, stroke, brain tumors, infections, Parkinson's disease, just a whole host of neurological kinds of challenges.
Okay.
And we're here to talk about some accreditation that you just received, which is pretty exciting, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes. On With Life recently received our CARF accreditation in stroke, and CARF stands for the Commission for Accreditation of Rehabilitation Facilities. They essentially set rigorous standards for assessment, medical care, follow-up care, outcomes, and you have to meet these standards in order to receive the accreditation.
And you, your program is really kind of set apart from a lot of the other programs that are out there. Talk about what makes On With Life different.
So, stroke rehabilitation, neurological rehabilitation, you really requires a sort of competencies in what's the diagnosis, what's the best way to treat the diagnosis, and the way that On With Life really stands apart is this idea of engagement. So it's not enough just to know how to treat the diagnosis. In order to get the best outcomes for our individuals, we know, evidence tells us that we need to engage those individuals. We need to be able to get as much effort toward their goals out of them as possible. So, we use techniques like pet therapy and a therapeutic garden, an outdoor garden, and we have a family house so that families can be a part of the rehabilitation process.
Okay.
And we just have some really unique interventions and techniques to get the maximum amount of engagement out of the individuals we serve.
And how have you found this interaction, this engagement is accelerating? Is that accelerating the ability for the people to function?
It absolutely does. It, as I said, the more effort you can get, the better people get. The more excited you can get them about their rehabilitation, the more you can make their rehabilitation specific to their needs and specific to their goals and specific to their desires, and make rehabilitation make sense. The better their outcomes are going to be.
Are there any one particular thing that you have done to engage some of these people that have gone through some of these injuries or situations that really surprise you that it works so well?
Well, I guess the first thing that comes to mind is pet therapy.
Really?
You can take somebody if they have upper extremity weakness, and really a rote task like moving a ring from here to here on a bar, it's not very engaging. But if I can get that Lolo, our pet therapy dog, and that individual can feed Lolo treats at different heights, you can get exactly the same therapeutic benefit, but you get more effort, more engagement, more attentional capacity on that task. And it just works better in rehabilitation.
You mentioned the therapeutic gardening and so forth, and I know that's kind of a big thing now with nature and care. There's care farms and all of that. Talk about kind of the role that's playing with what you guys are doing up there.
Absolutely. Well, having we have a kind of a comprehensive outdoor therapeutic garden space, and it really serves two purposes. It first and foremost, it takes all of the things that we do inside the healthcare environment, and it scales it up in complexity. So instead of just walking on perfectly flat floors, which is what most healthcare environments have, we want to challenge people in real life ways. So can we walk on grass and cobblestone and mulch and rock and hills and grades? And so you take what you do in rehab and you scale it up in complexity. And really the second thing that it does is it gives these are individuals who've been in the healthcare system because they've had catastrophic injury or illness, and it takes them to a place that doesn't feel like healthcare. It gives them a little bit of piece in this, sort of ordeal that they're working their way through.
Which is what attributes
so
to
there's like
healing.
different layers that are being put on top of what they're doing too.
Absolutely.
Now,
Absolutely.
do people to come to your facility, are they referred to you by a doctor? Can they come on their, somebody that I could use some extra, assistance with different things? How does that work?
Sure, it's actually both ways.
Okay.
We have both an inpatient, here in Ankeny, we have an inpatient rehabilitation facility, and the vast majority of those individuals come to us straight out of the hospital a few days to weeks after their stroke or their acquired brain injury. But we also have an outpatient center, and individuals can come to us. They can self-refer. If they'd like to come to the outpatient program, they can do so.
Now, your accreditation was obviously something that was huge. And why does it make your facility so unique?
Well, it's a very difficult and rigorous accreditation to get, and we are the only in the United States. We're the only program outside of a hospital system that has this type of an accreditation.
Serious?
Yeah.
Really?
Impressive.
Yep.
That's
Those
impressive.
are some pretty high marks.
Yep.
About
Yeah.
the highest marks you can get.
Yeah, we're very, very proud of the accomplishment, and most of all, we're very, very proud of the things that we get to see our person served and families achieve through our services and supports.
You've got some great information that you want to share too today, just for signs of stroke and prevent, and different things to watch for that I think the viewers would be very interested in.
Absolutely. Risk factors for stroke, there are some controllable and there's some uncontrollable, right? Age, ethnicity, those are things that we don't have any control over. But part of stroke care is about how do we reduce the risk for a second stroke by controlling things like your weight and your blood sugars. Making sure that if you're diabetic, that you're keeping that under control. Okay. Your cholesterol, your blood pressure. So there's some preventable sort of risk factors, controllable risk factors. Stop smoking. Smoking is a huge risk factor for stroke.
And one thing that people need to keep in mind for stroke too, it's not really age dependent.
Absolutely.
Stroke can really strike at any age, correct?
It sure can. About every 40 seconds in the United States, somebody experiences stroke, and about 1 in 4, about 25% of those individuals are under the age of 65. So we're seeing individuals with stroke in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s at On With Life.
And how many people are at On With Life at any given time?
Oh my goodness. So the inpatient program is 28 beds.
28. Okay.
And then the outpatient program, we serve hundreds of people per year.
Right. You mentioned about having an aspect of that where the families can be a part of things and so forth. We also have kind of a community support group that you guys have that makes it for families and caregivers to come in and learn and talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Individuals who've experienced stroke in Iowa have some resources available to them. Unity Point Health has a stroke club. And then On With Life, we also have a stroke support group. We meet the first Tuesday of each month from about 5:30 until 7. And our stroke support group is geared more toward the needs of those young individuals with stroke.
Because the outpatient aspect, that's important for your caregiver, to kind of keep that engagement going outside of when they're there for their treatments.
Well, and rehabilitation does not end at the end of a physical therapy session or an occupational therapy session. Rehabilitation happens all day, every day.
Yeah.
And helping families understand how they can best carry over those interventions in the home really leads to better outcomes for the people we serve.
You have to go On With Life.
You sure do.
Well, you're doing fabulous work up there. If people are interested in learning more about On With Life, where's the best way to go about doing that?
Visit our website, www.onwithlife.org.
All right, On With Life, the only freestanding rehabilitation program in the world outside of a hospital accredited by CARF. That is
congratulations
impressive.
on that.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything you do.
You bet. Thank you for having me.